and welcome to another episode of the Ramblings of an Insomniac. I am Courtney. Good morning, good afternoon. God, the planes are out of control. Hang on. All right, I guess I'm going to have to deal with the planes and the fact that it is a time of day in which everybody is up and about. I am in a city, so it is what it is, and I'm just going to have to get used to it. And that just seems to be the theme of life right now, right? It is what it is. We just need to get used to it. But at the same time, do we? Do we need to just roll over and play dead and get used to it? These planes are, like, honestly, I can see 3 planes right now. I feel like the paparazzi. I mean, I don't feel like the paparazzi. I feel like I have paparazzi. Okay, we're going to try a different route. We're going to go this way. Anyway, it is what it is, so we have to get used to it. But do we? Well, I'll get into all of that. Again, I'm working on this whole not just jumping right into my podcast, because as it is, I still don't have my frickin' intro and outro music. Son of a biznatch. You know what I'm saying? Really irks me. It really chaps my hide, which just means I need to get another platform, and I need to be, I need to stop being such a stubbornite. I was going to say obstinate, and I was going to say stubborn, and it came out stubbornite, which is worse than obstinate and stubborn, right? I'm both combined, so I'm stubbornite. So this whole walk, I just feel like is booby-trapped today. Anyway, I'm trying to work on not just going right into my podcast. I'm working on like easing into it and being like, hi, good morning. Good morning, how are you? I hope everything is going well. And I'm trying to work on like checking in, because I do care. I do care about you guys. I care very much, and I appreciate everybody that has been tuning into this silly, nonsensical, crazy podcast. It's weird. I get it. I talk into my phone. You can hear all kinds of craziness in the background. I'm talking into my phone, so the quality is just not good at all. Yet you guys still listen. You can hear me like huffing and puffing when I'm trying to like get up a hill. You can hear these freaking airplanes in the back, you know. And so, oh, how funny. I just realized where I am in okay, that's so funny. Anyway, sorry, I'm walking around a neighborhood and I just realized like exactly where I just got my bearings, put it that way. So, anyway, here's my point. I'm trying to work on easing people into it, especially because I no longer have an intro and outro. And I have a horrible tendency of just being like, hi, I'm Courtney, and then just like diving right in to my show with no thought of welcoming people or easing anybody into it, because I'm a lot. I'm already a lot. It takes a lot to deal with me. And so when I'm like already a lot, and then I just jump right into my podcast, well, that's not a good combination at all. So I'm working on it. And I feel like that was sufficient, right? Now I can jump into it. Can I jump into it now? Was that enough easing into it? I feel like it is. I'm going to jump into it. We're going to start. So it is what it is. Do we have to get used to it? I don't know. I mean, is sticking up for ourselves a good thing or a bad thing? Protecting ourselves, defending ourselves, or trying to keep us safe? Trying to plan ahead? Trying to defend things that we love? I mean, do we have to get used to it? I mean, America is not really known for rolling over, you know? We don't really have the reputation of saying it is what it is, get used to it. We're kind of a protest, riot, war, you know. I mean, I'm not saying we're not a peaceful country. I think we're a peaceful country. I don't think we jump into those things. I think we put a lot of thought. I mean, nowadays people are jumping into riots and protests without putting any thought, it seems. I'm not saying everybody. I'm sure there are people who have put thought into their protests, and I'm not taking away from those people. But when you go down and interview people and you ask people what they're protesting, and they're like, I'm here for no kings. Okay, so why do you feel that Trump is a king? I have no earthly idea, and they don't know. So when you get asked questions that you should know the answers to because you're protesting and you're rioting, especially if you're rioting, because there is a difference. I think of protests being peaceful, and I think of riots being, well, just that, violent and destructive. So you probably, in my opinion, should have an idea of what it is you're against. What is it that you're out taking off a day of work? I hope you have a job. And if you feel that it's important enough to lose income over, I would sure hope that you know what on earth you're doing there, you know? Yet it doesn't seem that people do. It seems that people have no earthly idea what they're there for. And that scares the shit out of me and also boggles my brain cells. I cannot compute that. Never do I just make a stink about something to the point that I'm going to take off work, make signs, take, 8 hours of my day, make signs and, really go out of my way and plan if I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. That's just me, call me crazy, but I also don't want to look like an idiot. I have pride. I have some dignity, so there's that. There doesn't seem to be a lot of pride and dignity going around. Oh, that's what cracks me up, is that people like to act like, there's pride and dignity, and they use that term pride very, very, very loosely. They use that word pride in a very loose term. Well, they say it proud. They say it like they're prideful. They say it loudly. And I think people confuse screaming and yelling for pride. I think people confuse screaming and yelling and being as loud as you can and obnoxious and brightly colored as you can as pride. And hey, that can be. You can yell and hoot and holler and, say prideful things. You can scream and yell prideful things. People go, America, all the time. I'm all about that. If you want to scream and yell prideful things and scream and yell things that are, I think I'm in a bit of a dicey neighborhood right now. Anyway, if you want to scream and yell, and God, I'm sorry, today is really loud and obnoxious. Hang on one second. But if you want to scream and yell and you're screaming out like, I love America, or I'm proud to be gay, I'm proud to be Hispanic, okay, that's fine. I'm all for it. But when you're screaming at the top of your lungs and throwing a fit, that's not pride. And when you are dressed like no one can take you seriously, how is that taking pride in yourself? When you're showing off all of your body parts and you're naked and you're wearing very, very provocative things and dancing provocatively, you may look at it like, I'm proud of my body, so I'm showing off my body. Because, hey, I'm proud of it. I've earned this body. This is a great body. And that's your definition of pride. And we all have our own definition of, my God, these airplanes, I swear to God. Oh, I really hate doing podcasts in the city, especially a very busy city like I'm in. It just is, well, as you can hear, I'm sure you guys are like, you don't have to tell us. We know it's obnoxious. We're the ones listening to all this bullshit in the background. I'm sorry. Even if I go back to the house and I sit inside, it's loud. So I don't know. I guess it's a noisy freaking podcast today. I'm trying. Hang on. All right, let's try this again. It's noisy and I don't know that I'm going to get away with it. But pride. we all have our own definition. We all have our own way of expressing ourselves, and I'm not against you wear what you want to wear. I just think that it's double standards if a certain group of people can be out in public buck-ass naked with their ding-dongs, their boobs, and their hoo-has, just hanging out, hundreds of them in public, down the middle of the street, where other people have to be walking. That's okay. It's supported, it's encouraged, it's promoted, not illegal. Totally not illegal. Nobody goes to jail or gets a ticket. However, if I streak, there's actually a word for it when you're naked in public. It's called indecent exposure, and it's also called streaking, and both are illegal. You're not supposed to take off your clothes in public. You are not supposed to do it. If you take off your clothes and you're like moving, I think that's streaking. And if you just have like maybe a cloak on, and you flash, then that's like indecent exposure. I don't know what the difference is. I don't know, but I just know that it's illegal and I'm not allowed to do it and straight people aren't allowed to do it. So how is that equal? Please, 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 somebody that is part of the community that thinks that the LGBT community does not get equal rights, does not have equal rights, they can't do the same thing. Tell me how that's equal. It's not. You're getting different rights. You are getting special treatment. So you're actually getting more rights than I am. You're getting a different standard. You have a whole different standard going on. You have different expectations. Apparently they lower them by a great deal. And if I were you, I would be insulted. I would be highly insulted if somebody lowered standards so that because they didn't think I could keep up otherwise, or they didn't think I was pretty enough, smart enough, or equal. So they lowered the standards, like they do with DEI. That's the entire purpose of DEI. And I would be insulted. And instead, people are they're loving it. And it's the stupid people that are loving it. It's the people that it's geared toward that are loving it. They're like, I'm a moron. I'm not qualified. I totally am a victim and a martyr. Give me that job. I have no shame. I love being a victim and a martyr. I love being an ignorant son of a bitch. Love being uneducated and making everybody else deal with my uneducatedness. I'm dummin'. I'm a retard. Yeah, why are you proud of that? See, that's a different kind of pride that I can't get on board with. Why are you proud to be a victim? We have such different standards, and I don't like people lowering the standards like they do in the state of Oregon. In the state of Oregon, Democrats like to brag how crazy smart they are. Oh God, so fucking smart. And man, our graduation, we have people graduating out of the state of Oregon like it's nothing. We just poop out graduates. Yeah, what they don't tell you, because of course politicians like to not tell the truth. They like to weasel out of things and word things in a certain way that is absolutely not cool. Because what they don't tell you is they've lowered the standards significantly, so that people can graduate. They have decided that certain groups of people are idiots and that they'll never achieve anything unless other groups of people lower themselves and, lower that bar. So that now when you graduate from an Oregon school, at least a public Oregon school, you do not, I'm talking about graduate from high school, by the way. I'm not talking about graduate from preschool or elementary school. I'm talking about when you graduate from high school in the state of Oregon, you no longer have to read or write or speak English fluently. Nah, nor do you have to know basic math fluently. No. They're like, who needs to read, write, or speak English? Who needs math? Who needs it? Pfft. Well, that's because they want you to be stupid, because stupid people can be manipulated. And I mean, even people that are from the Middle East, that are of the Islamic faith, flat out admit videos, there's many, I wouldn't say tons, but there are many videos where people that are Muslim people are talking about how they love to manipulate the left, and they can, because, and it's very easy to manipulate the left, and that's who they go for. They go for the left because they know, sorry, I was just running across the street, so if you heard that, I was like, anyway, they're like, what easy targets? We know that we can mind fuck them. And so that's what they do. And I'm sorry if you're someone, I'm not saying everybody on the left is like this at all. I'm just saying what they are. I'm telling you what they are saying about you, and you guys are on their side. So that means you feel this way as well. You also feel that you're dumb, easily manipulated, and that standards need to be lowered because you're too stupid to keep up. I mean, you're saying that because you keep voting for this, and you keep siding with the people that are saying this to your faces. So you're the ones proud about it too. You gleefully, with a huge smile on your face, you're like, that's right. I love to get jobs because people feel sorry for me. Love it. I love the attention that I get. I love the followers that I get. And I love all the free shit I get. And I mean, I guess who doesn't want those things? I guess who doesn't want those things? I mean, you know, I suppose I can't blame you. It's just, I have actual pride, or at least what I consider pride. Again, sorry, there's a lot of cars. Hang on. I have pride, and it's a whole different thing. I'm proud because I've always had a job, and I've always worked really hard at that job. I don't half-ass it at all. Even if I hate my job, even if I can't stand my job or my coworkers, I still work my ass off, and there's not a boss out there, even bosses that dislike me. And they would dislike me because they're raging alcoholics, and, you know, most people don't care for them. But they're people with their own set of issues on their own. And, you know, it's just funny because people are so proud of things that I don't know how they're proud of. Like I said, I think I am a hard worker, even if I don't like my bosses. I know that I am kind to people. I go out of my way to help people. If I see anybody in need, I will help you. I'll give you the shirt off my back, regardless if I agree with your politics or agree with your lifestyle, agree with what you're wearing or whatever. And I will shake your hand, and I will say, I have manners. I'm respectful to the elderly. I treat the elderly with the utmost respect, and I treat our military with the utmost respect. I love my children, and I have always gone above and beyond for my children, and I've put them first, always, even to the detriment of myself. Much to the detriment of myself, I have put others first, not just my kids. I have a shit ton of flaws, though. Oh man, do I have flaws. I have a lot of them. Again, I'm going to try to say this in every single podcast. Nobody is perfect. I don't think anybody is. Regardless if they agree with me on everything in the world, I still don't think they're perfect because I don't think I'm perfect. And I don't think anybody is. So it's just pride has just gotten twisted. And hey, you know, I don't know that I'd be proud to be naked in the middle of a public street knowing that kids can see me. That makes me ashamed and embarrassed. And I thought it was illegal. I'm just saying. So, you know, pride in cheering for the assassination of Charlie Kirk and making videos about his assassination, knowing he has children. He has kids that are going to see those hundreds and hundreds of videos that are on the internet. He has kids that are going to see people cheering for the death of their father. And people are proud of making those videos. They're proud of saying what they said about him, not even watching a single unedited entire video of Charlie Kirk speaking. If you haven't watched a video, entire video, not an edited video, not a short, teeny tiny little clipped out of context video, but the actual entire video, not edited, with context on all of his videos. Watch them. I dare you. Double dog dare you to actually watch Charlie Kirk videos. And these people who did not do that got on the internet and made videos cheering for his death, reenacting his assassination. His kids are going to see that. Yet, if we were to even say that Biden, when someone supposedly called Tim Walz a retard, which I don't think that people drove by his house and did that. I don't think that happened. But if it did, you guys, people, I don't want to say you guys because that's unfair. There are people, sorry that I said you guys. I don't mean you guys. There were people that got online on the internet and lost their ever-living forking mind holes. They went berserk because supposedly a handful of people, this was not mobs and mobs of people, this was not online, this was not an attack on him, this was not an assassination attempt on him 4 different times. No, no, no. This was supposedly, allegedly, we don't even have proof of this, where we do have proof of people threatening Trump's life repeatedly and rejoicing in the assassination attempts and saying, oops, I wish they wouldn't have missed. Darn, they missed. Hopefully someone will try again. I hope someone tries again. And then you have politicians saying that they want to punch Trump in the mouth and they want to punch Trump supporters in the mouth and that Trump supporters are Nazis and that Trump is a Nazi and a racist and a bigot with absolutely not only zero proof or evidence of that, but there's actual proof and evidence of the complete opposite of that. That he's totally not a racist at all and has probably done more for the black community than most black people, than BLM or Obama. That's a fact. A fact. I'm going to say it again. Fact. BLM and Obama have not done the things that Trump has. So shut the fuck up about that. And then you guys wonder why, and expect Trump to be perfect, and you wonder why he's not perfect all the time. Because he's a human, number one, but then you guys wonder why he trolls and why he says the stuff he does. Maybe because for 10 years now, not 1 year, not 1 month, not 1 year, not one time, not 5 times, not 5 months, not 5 days, not 5 years, but 10 going on 11 years now, groups of people, including politicians, have done nothing but try to take his life, call him a Nazi, started the Russian collusion crap, and have started rumor upon rumor upon rumor. And Epstein files, shut the fuck up. Honestly, shut the front door in your flippin' face repeatedly, because it might knock some sense into you. This is why I haven't got political in a while, you guys. This is why. I am tired of all of the accusations and the claims and stuff with the Epstein files, because the funny thing is, you can be named like Whoopi Goldberg, like Joe Rogan, like David Spade, like so many innocent people. You can be named in those files for things like reading or being invited to a charity event that maybe Epstein donated to. Seriously. You can actually be in the Epstein files and named in the Epstein files for something so unrelated to actually knowing Jeffrey Epstein or talking to him. And if things in the Epstein files mention Trump in an illegal way, don't you think that both Obama and Biden and any Democrat in the world would have made that very, very public and released that a long fucking time ago? Why didn't Biden release the Epstein files? Why didn't why didn't one single Democrat ask for the Epstein files to be released, want the Epstein files to be released, or release the Epstein files? Not a single Democrat did it. So shut the front door. Shut it up. Zip it up. Stop being an uneducated, prideful person about the fact that you're uneducated and spewing nonsense that you don't even know what you're saying or talking about because you haven't actually done the research. And you refuse to do so because you don't want to be wrong, because you're so prideful. You're so prideful and arrogant and narcissistic that you can't fathom that you might be wrong on something. You can't fathom that you might not be perfect. You cannot wrap your head around the fact that you might be wrong and may be ignorant on a topic. Oh my God, you might not be perfect and you might be ignorant on a topic. I'm not perfect and I'm ignorant on many topics, and I admit it freely, proudly. I proudly admit that I'm not perfect, and I proudly admit that there are numerous topics that I'm ignorant on. That's why I don't open my fat mouth about topics that I'm ignorant on, because I don't want to look like an idiot. More people should be proud of not being an idiot instead of being incredibly proud and embracing your idiocracy. That's not something to be proud of, in my opinion. Sorry, there's squeaking of floors. I don't think you should be proud of being a dumb shit. And I don't think you should be proud of of making videos of the assassination of an innocent person that did nothing to you, that you have judged based on ignorance. And I don't think you should be proud to be talking about how people should assassinate our president. In fact, you should be in jail. And I don't think you should be proud of being a nurse or a doctor and talking about how you are going to unalive, poison, or harm in some way, going against your code of conduct, going against your entire, well, apparently you don't have morals or ethics, and then you post this on social media proudly. You proudly talk about how you want to harm and inflict death or pain upon people that you disagree with. You disagree with someone, so you wish them dead, and you're proud of that. I think there should be less pride in that, and I think there should be less support in being proud of those things. I don't think we should be clapping and applauding those people, and yet we are. How fucked up is that? See, this is why I haven't done politics in a while, you guys. This is what happens. I say things that people might be listening to my podcast before when I was doing nicey, and they're like, "Oh, what a break from politics. What a nice podcast. I can listen to this." And then this happens, and then I lose half my people that were listening to me. But I've said it from the beginning that I'm going to offend people. It says it in my bio. I have said it in all of my podcasts that I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I'm going to say things that might offend. I'm going to say things that might piss people off. I'm going to say things that you are going to disagree with. And that's okay, because people do that to me on a daily basis, and I don't try to unalive them. That's the difference, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the fact that I don't try to unalive or harm people that make me angry or I disagree with, or people that are online that I'll never meet. It's bizarre, but hey, you do you, Scotty P. You know what you could do, though? You could tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell a spouse, tell a coworker, tell a friend, partner, whatever, about my podcast. I so appreciate everybody that's been tuning in. You guys rock my socks. You are awesome possums. And I genuinely, again, I try to think of clever, fun ways to say thank you. But I absolutely thank you. If you would like to check out my YouTube, my TikTok, my Instagram, my Facebook, my Clapper, I keep forgetting I have Clapper also. Do it. I would love it. That would be fantabulous. And I'm sorry. No, I'm not going to say sorry because I'm not sorry, and that would be a lie, and I'm not a liar, and I don't apologize for things I'm not sorry for. So if I offended you, well, now you know you can not listen to this type of, don't listen to my political episodes. I have plenty that are about life in general and have nothing to do with politics. You can listen to those. Those may be more your cup of tea. Or you don't have to listen to me at all, of course. That is also an option. But I hope you do. And I hope you tell a friend and a neighbor and a coworker and a spouse and a life partner to do so. I mean, don't tell them what to do, don't boss them, but maybe just suggest it. Maybe suggest it. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening. I hope you are remembering to control the things you can. Don't waste your time on trying to fix things that aren't broken. No, try to fix the things that are broken, but that you can control. Things that you have a solution for. Let all that other garbage, I mean, I'm not undermining, I'm not saying it's garbage as in it's not important. I'm sure that it is. But if you don't have a solution for it, if you don't have a fix for it, or you can't control it, unfortunately, you have to set that aside until you do. Until maybe there is a solution. And if there never is one, well, then you're like, lesson learned, can't do that again. So, and then remember to breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth, and let's be prideful about things that are, that you're a good person, that you don't try to unalive things that bother you. Let's spend more time being proud on that, okay? I'm not telling you what to do, just a suggestion. Anyway, thank you so much. Until next time.